this hair. I don't know what to do with it. I guess this is what happens when you're in quarantine with little children and you cannot find yourself any time to take a shower. A hat. Hi everyone, I'm Lindsay. I'm here to share with you my take on a pampasgrass wreath. The best thing about this wreath is that it costs $0 to make. Just go out, go into nature, and see what you can find. So pampasgrass is a grass that is super invasive. It grows prevalently in the south, so keep your eyes peeled when you're driving around. See if you can find any of this. I found mine near the beach, so if you're able to go to the beach, please go over there. You'll find tons and tons of pampasgrass. The other grass that I used in my wreath was this ornamental grass that was planted in front of my neighborhood. I took a few cuttings, let it dry, and it turned out with some beautiful texture with all of these seed pods. So I am inviting you to go out into nature, see what you can collect, and watch this video to see how you can also make this beautiful wreath. All right, let's go.
Treat any of your ornamental grasses before you bring them inside. Get hairspray and spray them all over. The front, the back, the inside, any part of your grass. Then give it a really good shake. If you see anything fall out, that means you need more hairspray. Let's begin with an embroidery hoop. I'm using a wooden one that is untreated, and I'm also using one that has that little notch on the bottom, which is the outside of the embroidery hoop, and that was a huge mistake. Don't do that. Just use the inside one without the notch, or before you begin, take off that notch by ripping off metal parts with a pair of pliers and then gluing that gap together before you begin. I did not do that, and I really regret that at the end, and you'll see why. So take your nicest, prettiest pampasgrass and secure the stem at the bottom, and we are going up the spine of the pampasgrass and slowly attaching it onto the hoop with some floral wire. I was lucky enough to find gold floral wire, but I've used green before and that was totally fine. I can't resist it throughout this whole tutorial, but I keep on fluffing the pampasgrass because it's just so full and feathery. So fluff away. As you get to the tip of your pampasgrass, just don't focus about securing it down fully because I'm going to add a few more pieces to the end. This is just the initial part, so just do a loose little tie there and fluff. It is time to introduce your accent grasses. We are going to put most of the accent grasses at the base and slowly taper it to the top. That way it goes in with the overall shape of the wreath. If any of these grasses are looking a little thick and clunky, you can pull off some of those leaves as you go. You don't want them to overpower the pampasgrass because that is really the true star. So don't be afraid to stick them in, then pull off a few leaves and see how they look. If they were free, you gathered them, so you're not wasting any money. In this section, I am pulling out one of the accent grasses and pulling off a bunch of its leaves so it can better bend with the shape of the embroidery hoop and the pampas grasses. And that's totally okay. Make sure you have everything the way exactly how you want it. This wreath is not going to be fully encased with pampas grass, so I'm going to try to figure out exactly where the bottom of my wreath will be so I can extend the tip of the pampas grass. Here I have a cutting from one of my other pampasgrass plumes and I'm going to slowly extend on the wreath. At this point, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks, so I want to give it one final spray of hairspray and keep on fluffing to make sure everything looks full and beautiful. While I'm fluffing the wreath, I'm making sure none of the plumes are sticking together too much. I'm making sure all of them are bending and curving around the wreath form, and if anything looks blank or sparse, I would take another cutting from another piece of pampas grass and secure it in there with some floral wire. So now it's it's time to do all the little final details. Let's cut off all the stems from our grasses and our pampas grass. And remember, don't be like me. Don't leave that little metal notch there from your embroidery hoop. Get it smooth and nice before you even start. I had this beautiful suede gray string from another project, but you could use any string you have. I used jute string before. You know I love jute string. And any other string that you have on hand. Slowly wrap it around the bottom of your wreath. Leave a long tail because you can easily hide it by wrapping the active string around the holding string over and over again. Make sure the string is tight because it will look more clean and uniform in your final product. You're at the end of the string, so take your E6000 and glue your string down. I'm simply just taking pieces from my grass and using it to dab it on there. So I tried to record this, but the footage was bad. But I had to rip off the metal, then glue the wood pieces together, and that took a day, and then go in with the suede string the next day and put it all together. So don't do that. Just get a regular wooden hoop or prepare the hoop before you even begin, and that will help so much.
Thank you for watching. I hope you like my take on a pampas grass wreath, and make sure you go out there and find your own grasses. All right, thank you. Bye.